So, as we open with the season recap, all I can ask is how much Bravo paid Happy and Ness to be friends of the show? Because every time Wendy was there, we saw Happy and Ness. She always had them out, completely and utterly out. So, I think they deserve a check. We only had one moment of Robin telling Wendy to shut the F up. That's the best comeback you can come up with? I guess you can't come back with Juan Dixon, so that's all you have. Karen, I am so happy that you are renewing your vows to Ray after being married for 25 years, which coincidentally is the same time you had your kitchen appliances. You're going to update the ring, update that kitchen. Oh, goodness. So we have Ashley in her coop going to lunch with Juan and Rob Dixon. I can't believe she got Juan to show up. Juan has been harder to find than black people in San Francisco this season. Juan and Michael, they got a thing going on. And you notice Juan only showed up when Michael was here, so he didn't show up for Rob Dixon. He showed up for his main man, Michael, who was saying Juan's more interesting, Juan's more fun, Juan's got a bigger penis than Rob. And more fun than who, Michael? Who is Juan more fun than? Have you sampled all of the husbands and decided he was your favorite? Rob doesn't know why Juan likes to be up Michael's butt, because there's some money in there and you lost all of his. He'd rather get some coot cock than your coinless cooch. Rob, how you gonna ask Michael, why weren't you on the trip? Where was Juan? You see, if you were more worried about your own man, he might be more worried about with you than with this coot. But your priorities have been messed up since day one. Michael says he don't see it for Chris. He's like he's living off his woman. That's the lowest of the low. A true panty waist. Oh, Rob can't cook up a plotline, baby, to try to trap Juan into a second marriage? Good luck, and you better get on it. You could be showing by next season if you hurry. Rob already whining about this baby that she ain't had. Girl, don't bring him on TV to berate him. You know that he is very sensitive. You gonna get him on camera after he done been camera shy all season and tell him what a bad parent he was. He knows. He just couldn't look at you because you had blown all his money. And if he didn't show up 13 years ago, I don't think he gonna show up now. Candace is signing her first record deal with E1 Nashville. You don't do country. Or well at anything in life. Are y'all gonna listen to Candace's album? Are you gonna try to heal a heart? Do you know where to start? 'Cause you know how much she loves you. I mean, it wasn't bad. I might give it a moment, but I don't know if she needs 6 singles. Maybe that can be her plot line next season. She needs to do more bratty music. Songs called I'ma Be an Asshole. That's what the title of the album should be. I'ma Be an Asshole. Candace said she would be a mess without Chris by her side. Honey, you're a mess with him by your side. You're the only one getting into physical altercations 2 seasons in a row. If that's not mess, I don't know what is. Let's not also forget the mess you made when you had to throw that salad. The mess you made when you threw the drink at Monique. You're a mess. Back with Rob and Juan, she's opening up her warehouse for the business that is in question because everybody's told me in the comments them hats have been sold out for months. So what do you need this space for? Then again, it's Rob Dixon, so we shouldn't be surprised at a poor financial choice. Juan is looking at Robin like, I know you are not bringing this up again. You still gonna talk about my pathetic parenting on camera. Juan don't play that. He wants family business in the family. He wouldn't have been on this show if you hadn't made him go broke. Rob, you should have let Juan drive off, but you don't know that fat meat's greasy, so you run down to the car in those hideous sandals. My God. Why do you want your feet to look like talons? But that's besides the point. And here you are begging him to have a relationship with you on camera, and he just ain't doing it because he ain't having a relationship with you in real life. He said, well, it's always about what I did and not about what you didn't do. And what you didn't do was do due diligence on that charlatan that stole your money. If you hadn't blown the finances, you could have afforded help. But oh no, not you. But Juan doesn't try to throw it in your face. Although he does every time he looks at you, you could just see that hangdog expression that, I'm stuck with this. So everybody's getting to the vow renewal. Candace ain't gonna speak to Ashley through the whole evening, but her mom goes over to say hi to Ashley. See, your mama don't like you. Why is she always starting shit? Now, she know you can't stand Ashley. She knows about the butter knife incident, and she's still gonna go say hi to the heifer. She trying to trip you up. Well, turn me upside down and paint me blue. Giselle actually looks decent. I am shocked. The dress and the purse match? It only took you 7 years. I mean, it is a little old style of a dress. I didn't know we were still doing Hervé bandage dresses, but with you, I'ma let it pass. Karen looks stunning in this wedding dress. I am impressed. What's equally as unimpressive is this ridiculous hat that Candace has on. It doesn't go with the dress. It looks like you just went to Joann Fabric, wrapped an old... Actually, no, this is a leftover Halloween costume, and you repurposed it. Or maybe you borrowed it from Gabrice and Gabrisi. Alaska, friend of the show, shows up, beautiful ponytail, great dress, and you show up sporting loose fabric and try to call it a hat. That's not a turban, that's just terrible. Rob, why is your ponytail so dry? Looks like Kim Field's cotton ball. So Wendy ain't gonna speak to Robin and Giselle, and I don't think that this is the place for it. This is Karen's moment. Also, Wendy's busy with her date, her husband. She doesn't have time to tongue lash with the lonely losers. Oh God, Giselle is telling us about another man that ain't with her. I can't believe Juan showed up. But really, Giselle, if you've got a 34-year-old commentator, then bring him to the wedding. You got some old Bigfoot-ass men. You ain't never really seen them. You hear about them, but you never really see them. Always some grainy photo and somebody saying, it's true, it's true. Okay. Macy Gray singing at the wedding, I could see her and Karen hitting it off. This is such an odd venue. I mean, Karen, it's a grand dress and grand hair, but that was not a grand entrance. It looked like you was coming out the kitchen. Then you had to walk up the stairs, wasn't nobody up there. Who gets married at the top of a stairwell in a hallway? Giselle gonna say maybe the institution is a friendship. Well, Giselle, you ain't got no men that want to be your friend except the sissy that you pay to do your sorry wigs. Maybe if you had some more friendship in your marriage, you might have one. Or at least some penis you don't have to get over the phone. You probably still call them chat lines. Macy Gray singing upstairs, people can barely hear her, bad acoustics. I'm gonna have to give this venue a C. Mia noticed her coot giving Karen the eye, and she's like, I'm looking out for you. Well, you don't have to worry about Karen, but you should be concerned about Portia. Or Candace. No, Candace don't want that coot. Because if Portia don't make it down the aisle, I could see her coming for him. That's her type. Rich with a pot belly. So Michael show up, and Candace gonna say, I don't think he's morally good enough for her. They like to swing together. They've already said, yeah, we invite thirds, sometimes fourths. They have the same morals. They are two peas in a swinging pod. Let consenting adults do what they're doing. You worry about Chris and getting him a job. You see, Michael has a job. Michael has enough money to support him and any mistresses. Chris is the one with child support and baby mama issues. What about that morality? Now, Karen, I thought you wanted to have a nice wedding. Why would you sit Michael next to Chris? That's just messy. That's your kind of messy, though. That's a little Gabrice and Gabrisi, because that's throwing a rock and hiding your hand. So Chris is trying to squash things between them. He said, whatever happened to Robin's thing, I can let it go. Michael said, I'm going to hold on to it, because you was mean to my Ashley. Michael on his Tammy Roman. That's not an apology. If you want to apologize, apologize. But don't say let it go. Now, Rob, why are you in it? You ain't had near plot line all season and you want to jump on this from last year? That's an opinion we don't want to hear. Oh, now, wait, Candace? Candace, I'm really confused. Michael and Chris are both white, so I don't see how white privilege comes into play here. If Chris was black and Michael was expecting an apology, maybe I could see it. Maybe I could. We've seen Ramona Singer do some stupid shit like that. This is just a coot versus a deadbeat. That's all it is. Fortunately, before it gets off the rails, Michael's boyfriend, Juan, calms the situation down and says, let's just hug it out. And Michael will do anything to rub up on Juan. Rob says, this is making me realize I don't have a wedding plan. No, honey, you don't have a life plan. So Juan said he had to dip. He got his hug from Michael and said, toodaloo to Rob. Your man can't stay with you to the end of a wedding and you think you're going to get remarried? And he's going to commit to being a better parent? All signs point to no. Now, Candace, why are you making this your issue? Michael didn't ask you to bow down to him. Michael didn't ask you to speak to him. Chris was over it and wanted to move on, but now you want to yell and scream. I just want to know, do you get this buck with Chris's baby mamas? Now, hold on. You just told Chris to shut the fuck up, but when Mia's husband did it, it was an issue. He gonna leave you, girl. But that phrase made you so uncomfortable in Chesapeake Bay, I can't imagine that you're saying it now. Hypocrite much? Oh, they said Candace didn't come out with their album Deep Space to great success? We never heard of it. It wasn't on Jasmine Brand, Love B. Scott, Page Six, TMZ. Really? Didn't even see anything about it on Twitter, Instagram, Shade Room. Where's the press and promo? Well, that was the shit. Now let's get to the reunion.